We're on the record in 231-500-139. Counsel for the state are present. Counsel for defendant Ms. Richins are present along with Ms. Richins. Mr. Bloodworth, anything before we invite Ms. Lauber back in to take the stand?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis? Of course. Oh, do you need a Band-Aid?
No, oh, no.
It's a lipstick issue.
Oh, okay. Take a moment. That's fine. May we invite Ms. Lauber onto the stand while you're getting organized? Okay, very good. Let's do that. I'll let her know.
Make sure you tell her we can't. Make sure you tell her we can't.
Ms. Lauber, good morning. You'd take the stand again, we'll get you a glass of water.
Thank you.
And you can feel free to put it
Yeah,
wherever is
I'm
safe.
clumsy, so I'll probably spill.
You and me both, that's all right. Okay. Ms. Lauber, we're on the record. We're going to invite the jury in a moment. When they come in, I'll just remind you that you're under oath, okay? All right. Mr. Bloodworth, are we ready for the jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
All rise for the jury.
Please have a seat as you come in. Thank you. All right, have a seat. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. We'll continue with additional questioning of Ms. Lauber. Ms. Lauber, please remember you are still under oath. Ms. Lewis.
Good morning.
Morning.
I want to move on to the next interview, which took place on May 4th, 2023. So I don't know if, in case we need the binder, do you want me to put you in the right spot, or can you find it? Yeah, I think that's it. And it's dated May
Yeah.
4th?
Yes.
All right. So, you've stated that you worked for Kouri Richins for a long time prior to these events.
I worked for her aunt.
You worked for her aunt, but working through her aunt, she was one of your clients. You cleaned for Ms. Richins and
Yes,
worked
she was
for-
one of her aunt's clients, yes.
Okay. And you had a lot of communications with Kouri over the years about cleaning.
Yeah.
And you were friendly with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. So I want to ask you, sorry, strike that. You mostly communicated by way of text, right?
When I was cleaning for Kouri, yes. Phone calls or texts, yes.
Pull the mic just a little.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
All right. And you texted a lot, you sent a lot of emojis back and forth, fair?
Yes.
All right. Now, you did some other cleaning projects for her, though, in addition to cleaning just her home, right?
Yes.
For example, one thing you did was you cleaned what we know as the Midway Mansion after she purchased it after Eric died, correct?
Yes, she had me go over there and get it set, clean it out for open house, I believe.
Well, yeah, I don't know, maybe it was for an open house, but the cleaning itself was you and 3 other people went in? Nick Bonsavage and yourself and
2 other.
2 others,
Yes.
okay. And you went in, and the purpose of it was to clean graffiti that was inside the house, right?
We were going through and just sweeping up and cleaning up all the garbage. People were squatting there.
Okay, that's fine. And she paid you for that, correct?
She paid Nick through Venmo.
She paid you for that, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I want to just turn to a minute to the check that you said you picked up on March 9th from Ms. Richins. Can you pull that up? I'm sorry, I don't have the exhibit number. Do you know it, Katie? You testified, while she's getting that up, that you stopped at the house on March 9th and you went inside and Kouri wrote a check for you, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And this has already been admitted, so can we publish this? Now, do you notice on that check, the check is dated March 6th?
Yes.
So she didn't write it then, she already had it prepared, correct?
No, she wrote it that morning
On March 9th.
when I went to her house, yes.
So you think she backdated it for some reason?
I have no clue why she wrote the date, but the date I picked it up was the 9th that I deposited in my checking account.
Oh, okay, I understand you picked it up on March 9th, but the check is dated March 6th, correct?
Yes, that's what it says.
All right. And you were paid how much a piece for cleaning the Midway Mansion?
Nick and I got paid $25 an hour and the other was $20.
And it came to approximately between $300 and $400 a piece, correct?
I'm not 100% sure on that, no.
All right. And isn't it true that you cashed the check and paid the other workers? You paid them. She paid you and you paid them.
Not at this, no. She sent Nick Venmo.
What about the other 2?
She sent the money to Nick and then it got paid out through.
You
to the
remember
thing.
that?
We
Yeah.
can pause there for just a moment, my apologies. Do we need to hand out some glasses?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Forgive me, one of you needs a pair of reading glasses, right? Take a moment. Yeah, grab them. I'd be useless without mine. Ms. Lewis, please proceed.
All right, so when Detectives O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard came on March 4th to interview you, the first, well, I don't know if it's the first thing, but right at the beginning of that interview, they ask you if you've been speaking to anyone about what's going on in terms of your cooperation. Do you recall that?
No, I don't.
Turn to page 8 of the May 4th interview. I think it's towards the bottom of 8 and to the top of 9. Now, do you recall that they asked you if you talked to anybody about what had been going on with them?
I don't see this on that page unless I'm on the wrong page.
Let me see if I can help you out. See if we're in the right spot.
Yeah.
You're not on the right spot. Here we go. School
Oh,
here.
you told me that.
May 4th.
Yeah.
We're on May 4th now. All right, let's see. Let's take a look.
You would back up and just ask the question again.
I was,
Appreciate it.
okay, I was just trying to point out that I think it's down here, and then over to here, okay?
Mhm.
All right. So, they asked you if you'd been talking to anybody about what's going on, and then, isn't it true you said, no, you haven't told anyone, you've just told people you're in custody on a drug court violation, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, but that wasn't true, was it, Ms. Lover? Ms. Lover?
Yes.
That wasn't a true statement to them, that you had only told people you were on a drug court violation, correct?
Correct.
Because you had been telling people in detail that you were cooperating with law enforcement.
No, I didn't tell anybody. I don't recall.
You told Nick Savage, correct?
I don't recall.
Well, you said yesterday that you had talked to Nick Savage. You don't recall what you said yesterday?
I had talked to Nick a little bit here and there, but not that I was cooperating, I don't believe.
All right. So you don't recall, all right, yesterday you told us you had talked to Nick about cooperating. Do you recall this? Do you recall a conversation with Nick on the phone, a recorded conversation on the phone with Nick, telling him all about how you were going to go meet with federal, with the feds?
Your Honor, objection foundation, just, when is this call? What call?
While you were in
Provide a little- I need you to provide a little more
Okay.
detail.
So while you were in jail, you would talk with family and friends on the phone, right?
Correct.
And one of the people that you talked to regularly was Nick Savage.
Yes.
And you had a meeting set up to go and speak with a couple of people and agents from the U.S. Attorney's Office. You recall that?
I think so, yes.
Okay. And that, and you called Nick Savage, and you told him all about that you were going to go meet with the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Yes. Here and there, yes.
And that you were really nervous about meeting with the feds, right?
Correct.
So you had told Nick all about what was going on. You talked in detail about what you were talking to Detectives Maynard and Detective O'Driscoll about.
I don't recall how much detail talking to Nick with.
All right. But when you told them, I've only said that I'm in jail on a drug court violation, that was not, you were not telling them the truth. because you had told people you were there cooperating and that you were there on new charges. Specifically, Nick Monsavage.
Correct.
All right.
Your Honor, objection, I think that misstates both the evidence and the
I
reality.
need foundation in order to rule on the objection for who them is in your question.
I'm not sure what the objection is.
The foundation, yeah.
As to.
When you say you told them, who is them in your question? Could you be specific about that?
You told Detectives O'Driscoll and Detectives Maynard that you had not talked to anyone about this case other than to tell them you are in drug court violation, and that was not a true statement, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Is that? Okay, thank you. You also they give you a tablet when you're at the jail where you can text people, right? Is that right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
And you were also texting your friend Nick Monsavage, right?
Correct.
And do you recall texting him about how you absolutely can't lose your drug court?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall what you said to him?
No, not exactly.
Okay. I'm going to show you. Just a text with him. The highlighted part. I'm not introducing it. Just going to use it. Yeah. It's really just this right here. You can ask her about that.
But no.
Okay.
Just the-
Can if you want.
it's complete. This is, should be doing everything.
Okay, that's fine. We can admit it. All right, I'm going to show you, this is marked as, well, we might want to remark this.
May I see it?
It's marked as an impeachment document, but I guess we're going to admit it.
Well, you can,
Is that okay?
it's
I
marked
just-
how it's marked. You can
That's
still
okay,
admit it. Yeah.
all right. All right, I'm going to show you this. It's marked as, it's IMP CL1 on the bottom. Just take a look up here. Oh, you can look it on the screen, that's fine. Did you pull it up? Okay, thank you.
Sorry, that's what I was
Oh, that's
looking
fine,
at.
thank you.
Mhm.
All right, so this is a text from you to Nick at the top, correct?
Correct.
And you tell him in that text, well, that,
Ms. Lewis, do you want to admit it?
yes, we did.
Okay. Any objection, Mr. Bloodworth?
No, Your Honor.
All right. We'll publish this to the jury. They can read along with you if they want. Please proceed.
All right. And you tell him midway through, I have my ups and downs. I fucking can't lose my drug court. I fucking worked so hard to finally get clear-minded and get on a good path and live a straight life. And I have a supportive man. Right?
Correct.
Okay. So you tell him that you absolutely cannot lose your drug court.
Correct.
Okay.
I've said that multiple times.
So, and then you talk to him about that you're going to meet with federal agents, and not in this text. We're going back. You recall that you talked to him about, I have to meet with federal agents, and you were nervous about that.
I don't recall.
Well, I think you just said that was
Well, I mean,
correct a few
I remember
minutes
telling him
ago.
I'd met with a couple people, but
All right. But you remember that you were very very nervous about meeting with the federal agents.
yes.
All right. So on May 10th, which that's the thin notebook, which we're going to be referring to now, the one that you've got sitting on the.
Never really get spilled.
So May 10th of 2023, there are 3 people that come to the jail in Wasatch County to meet with you, to interview you, correct?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, correct.
Okay, so there were 2 assistant United States attorneys and an agent with the federal government.
Correct.
All right. And the one who primarily questioned you, I don't know if you remember, her name was Serena Whistler. Do you remember Ms. Whistler?
Yes, correct.
All right. All right. At this point, you have immunity from federal prosecution, correct?
I'm not 100% sure when the immunity came in.
You pull up the federal immunity. Well, she's pulling it up. At this point, though, your federal immunity is not completely nailed down when they come to meet with you. Do you remember?
Correct.
Okay. You want to take a look at Defense Exhibit 1006.
Are
Do you-
we using this to refresh?
No, I'm planning to admit it.
Okay.
Do you recall that letter, the immunity letter?
I don't recall seeing these letters. They might have went to my attorney.
All right, you've never seen the letters giving you immunity in these cases?
No, I have not.
All right, we can just take that down then. She doesn't recognize it. But you know you have immunity.
Yes.
All right. So in this interview, it's you, Ms. Whistler, Mr. Holden, another assistant United States attorney, and Officer Tyler Parker.
I don't recall their names, but yes, I know they were
Okay,
the Fed
2 men
agents,
and
yes.
a woman. Okay. And Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard aren't there to help you anymore, correct?
Correct.
And you have to give your statement by yourself.
Correct.
Nobody's there to lay it out for you, correct?
Correct.
All right. She asked you right up front if you talked to anyone about your cooperation also. Do you recall that?
No, I don't recall.
You don't recall that she asked you if you talked to anyone about
I
cooperating?
don't recall what was said between her and I.
All right. Well, I don't have the page number on that one, so we'll have to come back to that. All right, you tell them though about your drug use, right?
Correct.
And you tell them that the last time you used was in July of 2022. Is that correct?
I'm not sure of the date.
Do you want to turn to page 24 of the interview?
What's the date?
July. She has it. This is in the May 10th interview. Okay.
Oh, correct. It's right here.
Okay, so you told them July of 2022 is the last time you used.
Correct.
Okay, and was that a true statement?
It's been so long, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, so you don't recall the last time you used?
Back then, I'm not 100% sure. You have the dates.
All right. Can you tell us sitting here today when the last time you used was?
4 years ago. I'm clean for a little over 4 years.
So that would put us at, we're in, I can't even think of what day it is, February of 26.
Mm-hmm.
And so the last time you used, you're saying is February of 22?
So hold on, I gotta count back to you.
I mean, that's not correct.
I'm not sure of the dates.
Well, you told them it was July of 22.
Like I said, it was a long time ago. I'm not sure on the dates
Okay.
or what was said.
All right. So let me ask you, I know, what phase of drug court was it that you were using other people's urine to have drug testing done?
I never used anybody else's urine.
You never used anyone else's urine.
No, I've never used anybody else's urine.
You realize you're under oath.
Yes,
Okay. All right, well, let's assume for a moment that the July of 22 date was accurate, since that was 3 years ago when you said that. So maybe you had a better memory then than you have today, correct?
correct.
All right. But again, that means the whole time of what we're talking about here, the time period of January, February, March of 2022, as we talked about yesterday, you were using consistently during that time period.
Not consistently, no. Off and on.
Well, we went over, we went over drug tests yesterday where you were having positive drug tests once or twice a week.
In the beginning of drug court, yes.
And all the way through March of 22.
No, I was due to graduate probably 3 months when I got arrested, so it was not.
That's not true. There was,
Objection, Your Honor.
Yes,
I'll have a question coming.
Ms. Lauber. Yeah, I need you to ask
That's
the
what
questions.
I'm, yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing. All right.
Any other objection, Mr. Blood?
That's the one.
Yeah, I just
All
need
right.
you to ask questions.
Yes, because you had an order to show cause about how you were, that you had figured out a way to game the system, and you'd figured out an algorithm so you would know when you were being drug tested, so you would test clean, correct?
no, that is not correct.
It's not correct that that was part of your order to show cause.
No,
So if the prosecutor in your case testifies otherwise, he's wrong?
nobody figured out anything on how to do the UA system.
You and Nick Bonsavage didn't figure out how to game that system.
No. There was a couple of us that would text each other, hey, don't forget to go do your UA today, as a group. Nobody figured out anything.
All right.
It was a random phone call every day that you made.
I understand that. All right. So during that time period, you were selling drugs to support your drug habit also, correct? In 2022?
No.
So when you were picking up pills from Robert Crozier, you were pulling some of them out to keep for yourself to either sell or use, correct?
No, not correct.
So is it true that you had a phone call with Nick Bonsavage, again from the jail? This was right before, and I backed up a little bit from your May 10th interview, where you talked about with Nick, this was the last time we were able to get these pills, remember?
I don't recall that phone call, no.
Your Honor, I need to play a call for impeachment purposes. I don't know if you want, is there headphones so just Ms. Lauber can listen to it to help her refresh her recollection of the phone call, or how do you want to
Two
handle that?
different things. Are you refreshing her recollection or impeaching her with an exhibit that you seek to admit?
I am, well, probably both. I'm starting by impeaching her recollection and then,
Refreshing her recollection?
thank you so much, refreshing her recollection, and then, yes, I may want to introduce it as impeachment.
That's fine. You just need to make sure that Mr. Bloodworth listens to it before we play it for the witness.
Okay, I think we're going to need a moment then.
Okay. Folks, this may just take some arranging of devices. If you'd give us a moment, please rise for the jury.
Katie, let's get the calls with Nick, and I don't know, do I need to play both of them for Brad, or is it just the one?
Have a seat. Thank you.
Where
Ms.
she-
Lauber, do you need a restroom break?
Where she talks about it. That's the
yes.
last time we were able
All
to
right,
get
so-
pills we tried to get.
Please, do not talk to anybody during the
We won't
restroom
have
break.
to,
All right,
so-
just affirmatively avoid people.
know.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, you can take a restroom break, that's fine.
It's just, yeah. I just want to make sure they're on the same topic.
Why don't we go off the record for a moment?
Hey, everybody. Thought I'd pop on and say hi. Just one moment. So, what do you think? What do you think so far? I know there's a debate. By the way, I'm keeping an eye on court, so you won't miss a second of it. The judge should be back in the courtroom any minute now. We are about 30 minutes into the defense cross-examination today with Carmen Lauber on the stand, and the defense is clearly trying to poke holes in her testimony into what she said to the prosecutors, into what she said in the prosecutors when she was questioned yesterday, as far as what she told the detectives when she was interviewed in jail. And it sounds like the defense, from what Wendy Lewis said a minute ago, they're moving to impeach her, which basically they could call to say she lied on the stand and throw out her whole testimony. We'll see what happens with that. What they're doing right now is trying to figure out the audio recording that of a phone call she made that the prosecutor, Brad Bloodworth, gets to listen to, and then we'll presumably hear it in a moment, and we will see what they say. So I don't know. I'm curious to know your thoughts. It's clear that the Carmen has been open about her past drug use, about the fact she has memory problems. She apparently told one of the investigators that drugs have fried her brain. She's used drugs since the 6th grade. Yesterday, the defense brought up that that she had an issue with her a learning disability, and so they're really trying to make this witness not believable to the jury, which is, I guess, their job. There's different tactics you could take. You could argue that that Wendy Lewis might not be taking the best approach, and it could be rubbing jurors the wrong way, or maybe it's not. Let me just see some of your comments that I'm pulling up. I'm sure Carmen is wanting to be done. She's been through a lot in this trial. It's difficult for me to remember last week. You're right. You're bringing up the fact that they're asking her questions that she said 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Do you remember what happens, in 3 years ago when you're in a state of distress? Don't worry. I'm keeping an eye on the feed. Looks like we might have some movement here in a moment. This woman is no fool. She knew she was going to be treated like total crap and humiliated as much as humanely possible to stay out of prison. That's us. So people are saying the defense is so scattered it's hard to follow. Having a poor memory is not a reason to throw out her testimony. Is Nate here or is it Peggy? Well, I'm Nate, Ray. Peggy's in the comment system, right? section, right, Peggy? Say hello. So you kind of get both of us. But during the trial, I'm focused mainly on the trial, taking notes and whatnot. And you can go watch them all. You can go read the notes on my X feed or on our eastidahonews.com. Nate, would a witness have a learning disability typically have accommodations made for that? It depends. I guess if you couldn't read, you could have someone there. I've been in court before where there's been a language barrier, not a learning disability, but a language barrier. And there's a translator there. I was once in a court hearing where someone was deaf and they had an interpreter. I do know, though, a lot of times if the disability is so severe that the person can't process or understand the questioning, they just won't put them on the stand. I don't think we're at that case here with Carmen by any sense of the imagination. She clearly can communicate and answer the questions, and she knew this was coming. I mean, I don't know if she knew the extent, but I'm sure the prosecution warned her that they're going to throw everything at you. You're not the most reputable witness there is, so you got to be prepared for it. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to it.
Have a seat, folks. Thank you. All right, have a seat. We're on the record. Ms. Lewis, I understand you'd like to refresh Ms. Lauber's recollection with a couple of audio recordings, correct?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Lauber, if you'd put the headphones on. Katie's going to play 2 audio recordings for you. Just listen, and when they're done, Ms. Lewis is going to ask you another question. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the first one?
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Okay, and then we're gonna do the second one.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
If you would hand those headphones back to Katie. Katie, if you'd take your seat again.
Ms. Lauber, were you able to hear those 2 phone calls between you and Mr. Bonsavage?
Yes.
All right. So you were having a conversation where Mr. Bonsavage was saying to you, hey, remember, Carmen, we couldn't get any more of those pills after we've got those in March of 2022, right?
Correct.
And he said, remember, we tried to get more. We asked Kouri if she could get more, and she said she didn't want any more, so we couldn't get any more, remember?
Correct.
Why was it that you wanted more pills?
I don't think I was the one asking for them. Nick did. Nick wanted to know because Nick benefited from it when he got made the $300.
Nick said that was the last time we could get them, correct?
Correct.
Meaning you and Nick.
Nick was the one that drove me down the last one. Yes, correct.
And that Nick and you wanted to get more pills, correct?
I don't recall on that video. It wasn't me asking for them.
Your Honor, can we, I'd like to admit the recording.
Mr. Bloodworth, you've heard it. Any objection?
No.
Okay. Pause for one moment. Katie, let me make sure you're connected. Let me know when you have them queued up. This should work. Are you connected? Here, we'll start again. My apologies.
And this is Defense Exhibit 307 for the record.
Okay.
3007.
This is actually 308, the one you admitted before was 307.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's
Katie,
wrong
would
with-
you do me a favor?
3008.
Plug back in.
Okay.
Let me know when you've plugged back in.
I have like
You're not showing anything on your desktop,
it's just an
but forgive me, I'm not sure the audio player is connected. Can you drag it into?
Well, because remember I kept asking, like, hey, text Kouri, do we need any more? And that, so me and you was the last time were able to get any because she didn't want any anymore. Because remember her guy was out of town or whatever?
I don't know.
Can we play the next part?
I mean, I know that, like, I kept asking, like, hey, does her guy want more? Does her guy want more? So, and you were like, and she'd always say no. So, like, I know you and me, it was the last time, unless you cheated on me and went with somebody else, which I don't
never
think you
cheat
would have.
on you. You're
Yeah.
All right. So Nick said he's the one that texted, but then he said that's the last time you and me could get any of those pills, correct?
That was the last time Nick and I had gone to the Maverick.
All right, we listened to the call. He said that's the last time you and me could get any of those pills. That's what the call says.
That's the last time him and I went to the Maverick, correct.
Right. I'm going to try and ask the question again.
Your Honor, objection. Asked and answered. It's in evidence. It says what it says.
Sustained. Please ask your next question.
Sure. All right, let's go back to the May 10th interview with Ms. Whistler and the others. Maybe turn to page 26, and I'll ask you if you can remember this, and if you can't, you can look down at the page.
Just wait one moment. She's going to ask you a question, Ms. Lauber.
Oh, okay. So
Okay, so Ms. Whistler asked you how often that, when you were using drugs, how often you were using. And you told her hardly ever, like maybe once a month. You recall that?
correct,
Okay, but that wasn't true, correct?
correct,
Because you were using a lot more than once a month during February and March of 2022.
correct,
Okay. So you weren't honest with Ms. Whistler, correct?
correct.
All right. So then she wants to talk to you about the first drug purchase, the one with Susan Kohler. And turn to page 34, just so you have it ready. But first I'll ask if you remember, and then if you don't remember, you can look at the interview, okay? All right. Now, you told Ms. Whistler that you couldn't remember when you sold pills to, or I'm not sorry, excuse me, when you bought pills from Susan Kohler, but it was wintertime, correct?
Correct.
And then you tell Ms. Whistler, the other guys, referring to Detective O'Driscoll and Maynard, they made it much easier because they drew it all out for me. Do you remember that?
No, no.
Okay, take a look at page 34.
Correct.
Okay, so you said they made it a lot easier, but Ms. Whistler's making you tell the story yourself, correct?
Yes,
All right. So again, you say you went to Susan Kohler and bought oxycodone, correct?
correct.
That those were prescription pills that Susan got for a friend, correct?
Yes.
And I take it you don't know how many milligrams of oxycodone those pills were. Do you know that?
No, I didn't look at them. I didn't count. I didn't ask.
Okay, fair. And you told her that you fronted the money to Susan.
Yes.
You told Ms. Whistler that. And then you told Ms. Whistler and the U.S. Attorney's Office that you were supposed to leave the pills in the closet in the Midway house, the small Midway house, and the money would be in the closet, but instead you decided to leave them in the fire pit, correct?
I don't recall. No.
Okay, let's go to page 46. And if you take a look at that, and look at where it talks about you were supposed to leave the pills in the closet.
What was your question?
Is that in fact what you said, that you were supposed to leave the pills in the closet and the money would be in the closet, correct?
It doesn't say anything about the pills or what one it was.
Can you take a look? Are you on page 46 of the May 10th interview?
Yes, I'm on page 46.
And that's not refreshing your recollection?
It just says in the next day, I want to say it was brighter, and she said the money go inside the house and the money was in the closet.
Okay, that's what I'm
Doesn't say
referring
which
to.
day.
That's what I'm
Which-
referring to.
Which purchase.
That you were going to leave the pills in the closet and the money was going to be in the closet. That's what you told Ms. Whistler.
Your Honor, just objection foundation, which purchase here are we discussing?
I already said that. It was the first purchase with Susan Kohler. We talked about that.
I think that clarification, we need to be much more careful about whether you are impeaching or refreshing.
Okay,
And
I understand.
I'm confused. I think the witness's responses will be tough to determine on a written record
All right.
what she's doing.
Okay. So the question is, when talking about the first purchase with Ms. Kohler, that you told Ms. Whistler, originally you were supposed to leave those oxycodone pills in the closet and that the money was going to be in the closet, correct?
I don't recall on that one.
But you just read it, correct?
It doesn't say Susan Cole or anything in there. It just says that the money doesn't refer to what purchase you're talking about in here. It does not say Susan Kohler's purchase, or it does not say Robbie's purchase.
Okay.
It just says,
Your Honor, could we approach for just a moment? Yes, thank you. Okay, let's try this again. I'm sorry that this has been really confusing, but
With respect, Ms. Lewis, if you don't leave it in front of her, she won't be able to read along with you. And so if we can do a combination of you having that and putting it on the screen, or however you want to do it, but
All right.
if you're going to read, she needs to be able to see what you're reading.
okay, let me just figure out where I'm at and then we'll do that.
No problem.
All right, let me ask you this. The first thing you talk about with U.S. Attorney's Office is the first purchase with Susan Kohler.
I'm not 100% sure.
All right, give me one moment. Katie, can you pull up page 34 of the May 10th transcript? All right, if you could look at line 18. And this is early in the interview. Ms. Whistler asked you, okay, so when would that have been? Referring to the first time Kouri reached out for pills. Do you see that?
Yes.
All right. And
Yes.
that's when you said the other guys made it so much easier because they drew it out for me.
I need you to read it exactly.
The other guys had it so much easier drawn out for me. That's your response, correct?
Correct.
All right. So then, Ms. Whistler continues to talk to you about, just go ahead and turn the page for a minute, that first purchase.
Mr. Bloodworth,
Objection under 106.
forgive me for a moment. Okay. Give me a series of line numbers or page and line numbers that you're concerned about.
Your Honor, on page 34, the response spanned lines 20 through 23. I think that entire section needs to be read.
Would you please read the
That's
rest of
fine.
the response?
Okay, yes, that's fine. So the question from Ms. Whistler is, when would this have been, the first purchase? And you answer, the other guys had it so much easier drawn out for me. I want to say January or February, I don't know. You'd have to look at the phone records.
Correct.
Correct. And Ms. Whistler says of last year. Correct?
You gotta read her answer to the question.
Well, I was asking her to acknowledge that was the question from Ms. Whistler. Ms. Whistler asked you of last year, correct?
Correct.
And you said, I think so. Yeah. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So now you go on and you're talking about the purchase from Ms. Kohler, correct?
Correct.
All right. And while you're still talking about that purchase, that was the purchase that was $600, correct?
Correct.
So let's pull up page 43 of the transcript. And Ms. Whistler says that on line 10, so at your best recollection, it was $600, correct?
Correct.
So we're still talking about the first purchase.
Correct.
All right, thank you. And then as we move forward, as we're still talking about it, on page 46, you're talking about that the next, after you got the pills, and you testified yesterday, you didn't give them to Kouri that night, it was the next day, correct?
Correct.
And then you said, and then the next day, I want to say it was brighter, and she said, the money, go inside the house, the money is in the closet, correct?
Correct.
All right. And then Ms. Whistler asks you, 2 lines down, 3 lines down, you took the pills you had gotten from Susan to that address, correct?
Correct.
All right. And so as you're talking about that,
You have to read her answer. The question is not evidence of anything.
well, now I forgot what the question was. Let's see.
So you're at line
Oh, I'm sorry.
19.
You took the pills you gotten from Susan to that address and you said yes, correct?
Correct.
All right. And she asked if you'd been to the house before and you said no, correct?
Correct.
All right. So then, as we move to page 47, line 14, Ms. Whistler says, okay, when you got there, did you go inside, correct?
Correct.
And she's talking about the small Midway house, correct?
Correct.
And you said, no, it was late at night and I put them in the fire pit, correct?
Correct.
And Ms. Whistler says, outside, and you say, yeah, correct?
Correct.
Turn the page. Ms. Whistler asks on line 7, okay, so you dropped this envelope full of pills in a fire pit in a vacant house in Midway. Did you think this was odd? Correct?
Correct.
And you said yes, but I didn't think nothing of it because if you're keeping a certain somebody out of the picture, you're not, I mean, if you know anything about the drug world and then you don't complete that thought. Correct?
Correct.
All right. So you told,
Objection, Your
Please
Honor.
pause. Go ahead, Mr. Butler.
Completeness, she does complete the thought, you just have to read down.
Yeah, we've got to read through.
all right, I don't know that it's relevant, but that's fine. Ms. Whistler then says, well, I've been doing this for 20 years, so I think I do. I guess referring to know something about the drug process, correct?
Correct.
And you say, no, I'm just saying some addicts, or, and she says, uh-huh, and you say, some people don't really ask questions, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So,
Objection, completeness.
Your Honor,
It keeps
I
going.
think though if I mean, that's the part that's relevant to my questioning. I think if Mr. Bloodworth wants to bring in the rest later, he's welcome to do so. We're actually changing the topic here back to the investor now.
Why don't you just read through the sentence, the period on line 23? I understand your position, but I think her thought goes through before changing of a topic, the period on line 23.
All right. So when you say some people don't really ask questions, Ms. Whistler says okay, and you say, or they don't want to get caught in the middle of anything, period.
Correct.
All right. So, I'm going to give this back to you for now. So back to my original question is, you told Ms. Whistler that the first pills you got from Susan Kohler you left in the fire pit at the Midway house, correct?
Correct.
But that's not what you're saying today, correct?
Correct.
Now, is it fair to say when you were talking to the U.S. Attorney's Office, who could potentially charge you with a 20-year minimum mandatory crime, you were doing your best to tell them the truth?
It was a lot to take in, so I probably had confused a little bit.
Were you doing your best to tell them the truth? Is
Yes.
that fair? You
Correct.
were.
Mm-hmm.
And this conversation was approximately a year after these events took place. The conversation with Ms. Whistler took place about a year after these things happened, correct?
I'm not sure on the dates.
Well, they happened in March of 2022, February, March of 2022, and you're talking with Ms. Whistler in May of 2023, so a little more than a year, correct?
I'm not sure on that.
Well, the date is on the transcript. Do you need to look at
I don't think it was a year apart, but I can be confused on the date.
All right. If I represent to you that this interview was in 2023, are you comfortable with that?
Yes.
Okay, so it was about a year after.
Okay.
And fair to say, 1 year after the fact, your memory was probably better than it is here today 4 years after the fact, correct?
Correct.
All right. Okay. Now I want to move to the second buy. We're going to talk about the second purchase, which would have been the first purchase with Robert Crozier, okay?
Okay.
All right. So you reached out because Kouri said she needed something stronger, like maybe the Michael Jackson stuff, correct?
Correct.
And you couldn't remember if this was by text or phone. You said you weren't 100% sure, correct?
Yes.
All right. Can you pull up page 50? You turn to page 57. I'm going to let you use the book. You put 57 on the screen for me of the May 10th interview. Okay, I want you to look at line, you're on page 53, Carmen?
I'm on 57.
Oh, I'm sorry, maybe I gave you the
You
wrong
told me
page.
57.
I might have, you're right, 57, I'm sorry.
So do I need to go back or stay here?
No,
Okay.
57's correct, I misspoke, I'm sorry about that. So line 7, oh, actually, no, let's go up to line 5. Officer Parker says, when you say by phone, are you saying a phone call or a text, correct?
Correct.
Talking about your communications with Ms. Richins, correct?
Correct.
You said, I'm not 100% sure the officers have it all, correct?
Correct.
Do you recall what you said after that? Well, let me ask it this way. Do you recall telling them they made it easier for me because they draw it out? Like they laid out the whole puzzle and they fit the pieces together. Do you recall that?
Yes.
So you recall that you said that.
Correct.
And do you recall what Ms. Whistler said to you?
No.
All right. Can we pull up Defense Exhibit 1033, the video? Do you recall that she, before you play that, do you recall that she said to you, well, we would rather you just tell what you remember?
Correct.
Okay, then maybe we don't need to play it.
It's not our objection, that's not what the question says.
But that's her memory, so here we go. There's nothing impeachable happening right now.
Okay.
All right. So, again, Ms. Richins on the second time asked for the Michael Jackson drug, correct?
Correct.
And you told Ms. Whistler that you had to Google it, correct? Because you didn't know what it was.
Correct.
And that you discovered it was propofol, correct?
I don't recall if that's what I remember, but
Well, you said yesterday that you discovered it was propofol.
okay, yes.
All right. And you can't buy propofol in the streets, correct?
I'm not sure.
To your knowledge, can you buy it on the streets?
No, I don't go around asking for it, no.
Okay, that's
Not
fair.
that I recall, if you can
That's
or
fair.
not.
And I want to go back to the pills, the first set of pills you got from Robert. Can you pull up page 59? Yeah, I'm really not going back. We're still on the first set of pills you bought from Robert. Page 59.
If you would just wait for the question.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to get to the page.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be less confusing if we do it in
Okay.
this order.
Ms. Whistler asked you during this interview if you'd ever taken opioids. Do you recall that?
No, I don't recall.
All right, can you look at page, you're on 59, right?
Yes.
Line 4. Ms. Whistler says, and you yourself have never been an opioid user. I misspoke. She said, you yourself have never been an opioid user. Recall that?
Correct.
And you said, well, I was for my neck.
Correct.
Okay. And she says, okay, but I mean, and then you say, I had neck surgery. Correct?
Correct.
And she said, I mean illicit opioids. And you said yes and no.
Correct.
So you're saying, yes, I had taken illicit opioids also.
Yes.
Correct? All right. She says, tell me what you mean by yes or no, correct?
Correct.
And you say, I mean, I would take Roxy's or Oxys for my neck and stuff, okay?
Okay.
And then Ms. Whistler says, were they okay, but were they prescribed to you by a doctor, correct?
Correct.
And you said they were in the beginning, but not after a while, correct?
Correct.
So then she asked you roughly when did you have neck surgery, correct?
Correct.
And you said I had neck surgery a year ago, correct?
Yes.
All right, so your neck surgery was pretty close in time to when you were getting these pills from Mr. Crozier, correct?
No, my neck surgery was completed. I was out of my brace and everything.
So when you were getting the pills from Mr. Crozier, your neck surgery was over, correct?
Yes.
That's fine. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Thank you for telling me that. All right. So my question is, when you were getting oxycodone from Mr. Crozier, were you holding back any pills for yourself?
No, I turned him in to my therapist. She kept track of them. When I had my prescription, my surgery, when I was done.
Right, but you said you were getting some that were not prescription. You were getting illicit pills. I take it you didn't give those to your probation
No.
officer. All right. So were you holding back pills from Mr. Crozier to take for yourself?
No, I was not.
All right, so then you talk more about that Kouri had asked for the Michael Jackson drug, and that's when you told her, well, it's not a pharmacy. I don't know what you want. I can't just go get you a stronger dose of pills, correct?
Correct.
All right, but the first pills you gave her were prescription oxycodone, correct?
From Susan Kohler?
Yes,
Correct.
from Susan Kohler. And then you asked Mr. Crozier for Roxy 30s, correct?
I don't recall if that's exactly what I asked for.
Well, we talked about that
I
yesterday.
said blues. Blues, or I asked for pain pills or an opiate pain pill.
All right, yesterday you testified you asked for Roxy 30s or blues. Remember that? Yes, from yesterday?
Objection, Your Honor. I'm not sure that's accurate.
I'm not either. Foundation.
I can go back and find it, I guess, but that is accurate. All right, let me find it.
I think the difference is whether, to be a little bit specific here, she testified to that yesterday or acknowledged having said it in a prior interview.
That's fair. Yesterday, you acknowledged that you had told Mr. Crozier that you wanted Roxy 30s or blues. We found that page number yesterday, and you acknowledged that, yes, that is what you had said at the time. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. So my point is, Roxy 30s, 30 milligram oxycodone, are a stronger variety of oxycodone than what you would typically get in a prescription, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you could get her something stronger and still get her oxycodone, correct?
I'm not understanding the question.
All right. There are different milligrams of oxycodone, right?
Correct.
Prescription. Yes, prescription oxycodone, and then, which are weaker, and then Roxy 30s are a stronger variety because they're 30 milligrams, correct?
Correct.
All right. So you could, in fact, get the same drug, oxycodone, and get a stronger version of it, right?
If you knew somebody with the prescription.
Okay, all right. And this is when you reach out to Nicole Cummings, and she refers you to Robert Crozier to get the stronger pills.
Correct.
All right. But you never did ask Crozier, and we talked about this yesterday, you never asked him for fentanyl, correct?
Correct.
And you told Ms. Whistler, Kouri never asked you for fentanyl, correct? She never asked you for fentanyl.
I'm not 100% sure.
All right, can we pull up Defense Exhibit 1035? Do you need to see this? It was provided in discovery.
Can you remind me? I don't.
We'll put it on,
I want to introduce this.
so we'll preview it
Okay.
for council once it's up.
Can you put the transcript next to it so he can?
Yeah, the transcript's more helpful. Can you scroll through, Katie?
And why is it that
No. Not yet.
Just let him read the transcript of what is in the video.
If you'd take the video down for a moment, Katie, let Mr. Bloodworth review the transcript. Just pause for a minute.
Can you go to page 71, please?
Right, through line 25.
We only have that one page.
Whatever page you had up.
Ms. Lauber, just pause for a minute. Thank you.
What was the next page? Oh, now I don't know. It was the page you had up right a moment ago. Oh, I'm sorry.
I read 70.
Okay.
Does the clip start at page 70?
It is, right, it's just, yeah, it's just a
Oh,
little bit on
okay.
page 7.
What line does what page and line does the clip go through?
Line 70, line 25.
Okay, then please back to 70.
No worries.
Okay, the state objects under completeness. If you look at 71, page 71 of the transcript, it continues.
Well, go ahead, let me see page 71. All right, I mean, Your Honor, I think
Through
that.
line 11 of 71 at least.
I mean, I think he can introduce that, she's testified to that
If
on
you,
on redirect.
you gotta play the whole thought,
Well, how about if I play it and then I read the rest, because the clip doesn't include that.
but you just read the complete part and then ask her if you read it correctly.
All right,
Can't play an incomplete clip.
you pull it back a page to 70. All right, so Ms. Whistler, and we're on page 70, line, let's see, let's back up.
Page 70?
7-0, Ms. Lauber.
Okay, that's it. I just want to make sure that's what I was on.
Let's go back then to line 11. Ms., do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Whistler asked you, when you met with Robbie, did you specifically ask him for fentanyl? And you answered yes. She says, you used that word, you said, uh-huh. And she said, and if, and why is that you specifically asked for fentanyl? And you said, because that's what was asked for. I mean, that was the Michael Jackson drug, right? Or that was the Michael Jackson thing. So let's stop there for a minute. Is that what it says? Is that fair?
Correct, yes.
All right, but we already talked about you knew the Michael Jackson drug was not fentanyl, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. All right, so then Ms. Whistler says, okay, so that's what Kouri had asked you to get, is that fair? And your answer is, did she ever come out and ask for fentanyl? No. Correct?
Correct.
All right, next page. Ms. Whistler says, okay, and you say, she asked me to get Michael Jackson stuff. Yes. Ms. Whistler says, okay, did you tell her what she was getting was fentanyl? And you said yes, and that's on the second transaction that took place in my driveway when she came to pick it up. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, but all right, we're going to come back to that because I don't want to confuse you by jumping around in sequence. So we'll talk more about what you said about that in a few minutes, okay? All right. Now, you told the U.S. Attorney's Office, when you interviewed with them, that you purchased drugs 1 time from Susan Kohler and 2 times from Robert Crozier, correct?
Correct.
You didn't tell them you purchased 3 times, you told them you purchased 2 times from Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct.
All right. You told them that the first time from Mr. Crozier, you got light green pills, correct?
Correct.
And the second time you got light blue pills, correct?
Correct.
That you got his number from Nicole Cummings, correct?
Yes.
Told him you needed Roxy 30s or blues, correct?
Correct.
Met him at the Maverick, correct?
Correct.
Picked up the money to pay him, correct?
Correct.
You said it was $1,000?
Yes.
And that means he was charging, my math I don't do, but I think it's approximately $30 to $35 a pill, correct? Maybe more?
Probably yes.
And that's about the running rate for oxycodone? Might even be a little high, but for oxycodone, correct?
Yes. Correct.
Are you aware what fentanyl typically?
You gotta pause so we can get a response on the record. I apologize.
That's okay.
Was your last answer was?
Correct.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay.
All right. Now, are you aware what fentanyl sells for?
I'm not 100% sure.
Because you've never
It-
bought fentanyl?
It goes for, it's a street drug. I'm not 100% sure what it's out.
Do you know that it's really cheap? At least it was in 2022, 2023, 23?
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
I just went off the price he told me.
Okay. And you picked up the money at the closet in the Midway house for the purchase for Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct.
In a closet, correct?
This one might have been the box. I'm not sure which one.
Wasn't the box in the closet?
Yes.
Okay, so in a closet in the Midway house.
Correct.
And you got approximately $1,000.
Correct.
And that same day you brought the pills, you bought the pills from Mr. Crozier, correct?
I'm not sure if it was the same day. Like I said, I'd reach out to him and he'd get back to me.
Okay, do you recall if you picked the money up the same day you bought the pills?
I'm not 100% sure.
So you might have picked the money up first and then taken it a day or two later.
Maybe, yes,
Okay.
correct.
Tell me again, so that time you go in the house, which it's a little unclear, you've said different things, if it was the first time or the second time. What was in the house?
There was nothing. It was being remodeled. It was one that she was flipping.
Wasn't it already remodeled?
I'm not 100% sure. She said it was a house she had done. that
Are
was
you
flipping.
aware, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. This
ahead.
is in February we're talking,
Okay,
correct?
correct.
Yesterday you said the first purchase from Robert Crozier was February 11th, correct?
Correct.
Which you also said was the first purchase from Susan Kohler, correct?
I don't recall if that was the same time.
Okay, you don't recall that that's what you said yesterday?
I knew Susan's was in the beginning, yes.
Okay.
Not sure exact date.
Are you aware that Ms. Richins didn't own the home in February of 2022?
I knew it was a house she was flipping.
Are you aware that she'd already sold it at the end of January of 2022?
No.
All right. So you meet Mr. Crozier at the Maverick, correct?
Correct.
Give him the money and he gets you the pills, correct?
Correct.
Well, he leaves. He has to go somewhere close by to get the pills, right?
Yes.
And then he brings them back to you, correct?
Yes.
And now you're saying, now you didn't say this before, but now you're saying Nancy Peterson was with you on that trip?
Nancy Peterson drove me.
Objection, no, she did say that before.
Overruled. Let's keep moving.
Well, you didn't say that to Ms. Whistler, correct? You didn't say anything about Nancy Peterson being with you, correct?
I don't recall.
All right. But, okay. You said she drove you? Ms. Peterson drove you?
Yes.
Can we pull up, it's already been admitted, States Exhibit, I think it's 3-7D, 3-7D3? Can we publish that, please? Can you see that?
Yes.
That's a selfie, correct?
Correct.
And if you look at the lettering on Nancy Peterson's hat, the lettering's reversed, right? It's backwards.
Correct.
So that picture's backwards, correct?
I guess so. Correct. I guess.
Okay. So can we pull up just for? Well, no. Let's pull up CL9 for the witness. Can you make it so it's not split like that? That's how that picture really looks, correct? Because now it's not backwards.
Correct.
So you were driving, correct?
On the way back, I drove back, yes.
Well, on the way there, the first picture was,
On the way down, Nancy drove. On the way back, I drove because she wanted to get high.
okay, well, you testified yesterday that this photo was of Nancy driving and you in the passenger seat. Recall that?
Correct.
But you're in the driver's seat and she's in the passenger seat, correct?
I guess so, correct.
Okay, can we publish IMP-CL9 to the jury? We'd move to admit it and publish it.
Mr. Bloodwood?
Yeah, 3,000. 3,000.
No objection.
Okay, one moment. We're gonna keep this number the way it is, right?
Sure, that's fine. So you testified yesterday that,
Hold on a second. Why are we renumbering them? It makes it harder on Brittany.
All the 3,000s are impeachment documents that were not on the witness list, so to make it easier at the end. And we've been bringing the next day ones that have a new sticker on them and giving them to Brittany.
Okay. Defense 3009 offered as IMP_CL9 is admitted.
all right, so yesterday you testified that you had Nancy drive you because you didn't have a driver's license, correct?
Correct.
But in fact, you're driving, correct?
Down the mountain,
Either way,
driving up.
you're driving without a driver's license, correct?
Yes, I always did.
Okay. All right, so this purchase is the light green pills we talked about, correct?
Correct.
And then you tell them that the next time you bought from Robert was after the death of Eric Richins, correct?
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, at this time you said you did one purchase from Susan and two from Robbie, correct?
Correct.
So 2 purchases in February, 1 from Susan, 1 from Robbie, and a third purchase on March 9th, correct?
I'm not sure of the date, but yes, there was.
You testified there was a purchase March 9th, correct?
Correct.
All right.
No.
Your Honor, Foundation, I'm sorry,
I need you to be more specific about when you say you testified.
Yesterday you testified that you did a purchase on March 9th, correct?
Yes.
But back when you were talking to the U.S. Attorney's Office, I mean, you also said you did a purchase on March 9th, correct?
I don't recall, but
All right, so you don't recall at that time when the third purchase took place?
I'm not 100% sure. That was a lot to take in back then.
Yeah, I understand. But now you're sure.
Yes.
How did you become sure? If you didn't know then, why do you know now for sure?
My bank account. I'm the one that told those guys there was a check to check my bank account and tell them the exact dates of everything.
Okay, well, in all fairness, you talked about that during these interviews. You decided and discovered there was a purchase March 9th, correct?
Correct.
All right. So my question is, at that time you said though that was the final purchase from Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct.
But now you're saying there's another purchase, correct?
You've confused me. I'm not understanding.
At that time you said you only purchased 2 times from Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct.
And now you're saying you purchased 3 times.
Correct.
All right. So now you go back and you're going to make your third purchase from Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct.
And in that purchase, you didn't tell him you wanted something stronger, correct?
In the last purchase,
Yes.
you've confused me.
Well, it's kind of confusing because we
You
have a
you
bunch of
bounce,
statements
you
that
bounce
they're...
back and forth. It's confusing.
All right. We're going to talk about in May of 23 when you said there were only 2 purchases from Mr. Crozier.
Okay.
Okay. The first purchase you said was light green pills.
Correct.
And then the second purchase, you actually said, just give me the same thing, correct?
I don't think those are my exact words. I think he just
Okay, let's
kept
look at
purchasing
page,
through him.
I'm sorry.
I just kept purchasing through him.
Okay, let's look at page 86. You give it.
Katie, I need 86. Sure. 1 second, Ms. Lowe.
Okay,
Which line number are we at, Ms. Lewis?
I'm checking. Just where it makes the most sense. Okay, line 8. Ms. Whistler says, did you contact Robbie a second time? And you say yes. Correct?
Correct.
She says, same phone number that you used to contact, and you say, uh-huh.
Objection, Your Honor. I think we're refreshing at this point, not impeaching.
Fair, sustained. If you would just give her a page number and line range to read, and then ask your next question.
All right. Can you just read that page, please?
Start from what number?
Right where we were just talking about, line 8 through the end of the page.
You want to read 8 all the way down?
Yes.
Just read it to yourself.
Okay, I thought you went out loud. I'm like,
No, my
okay.
apologies.
Okay, yeah.
And then will you give me the next page up on the screen, please? If you can tell me when you've reached the bottom of that page.
I've reached the bottom.
Can you turn to the next page and read through line 5?
Katie, I need 88. Thank you.
Did you read through line 5 of that next page?
Yes.
All right.
Hold on. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see this?
Yeah, I can, Your Honor. There's going to be a completeness problem if we get to impeach it.
Yeah, can we just, okay. That's fair. Ask your next question, Ms. Lewis.
I don't have the right page up here. Can you?
That's okay. It just has. I apologize for interrupting. Please ask your next question.
All right. So the second time you went back to Mr. Crozier for pills, you did not ask him for something stronger, correct?
Through Robbie?
Yes.
I'm confused on what purchase we're on.
Okay, we just read it. Let's go back and read it again.
You're confusing.
Page 86.
Okay.
And the top of 87. You see that? Through line 5.
Correct.
All right. So, do you now recall that you told Ms. Whistler that you just asked him for more of the same the second time?
Correct.
And she asked you, you didn't ask for anything stronger, or do you have any better? Nothing like that? And you said, no, I just asked for the same.
Correct.
All right. So the first time he got you light green pills, and the second time, you just said, give me more of the same, correct?
Correct.
All right. And again, you picked up the money at the Midway House and the Cup in the Closet, correct? For that
Correct.
second purchase with Mr. Crozier.
Correct.
You went back to the Maverick, correct?
Yes.
With Mr. Bon Savage, correct?
Bon Savage wasn't that one.
That's what you told Ms. Whistler, though, in 2022, correct? I'm sorry, I misspoke, 2023.
Pause for 1 second,
I
Ms.
think
Lauber.
that question's fine. I think the lack of foundation is confusing the witness as to whether she's testifying about what she said yesterday or what she said in the course of this interview.
Or what she recalls happening. I just need you to be a little
Okay.
bit more specific.
All right, we're still talking about the interview on May 10th with Ms. Whistler, where you told her you only purchased twice from Mr. Crozier. First time light green pills, second time you asked for more of the same, correct?
Correct.
And that you picked the money up in the Midway House, correct?
Correct.
And at that time, you said there were only 2 purchases with Mr. Crozier, and it was the second purchase that Mr. Bon Savage went with you to pick up the pills, correct?
Bon Savage was the last purchase.
Right, but in
Ms.
20,
Lauber, pause for a moment. Ms. Lewis's question is, do you recall saying that you went with Mr. Bon Savage to, forgive me, what's the name of the woman from the Fed? Ms. Whistler.
yes, Ms. Whistler.
To Ms. Whistler during that interview.
I don't recall saying I was with Bon Savage.
All right. Carmen, you were really clear in the interviews in May. You said more than once that you did a total of 3 purchases for Kouri Richins, correct?
Correct.
1 from Susan Kohler, 2 from Mr. Crozier, correct?
Correct at the time, yes.
All right, and during those interviews, Detective Maynard and Detective O'Driscoll told you that you purchased drugs from Mr. Crozier on March 9th, correct?
Correct.
And you still said there were 3 purchases. So at that time, you were telling them in your interviews, I had a purchase from Susan Kohler in February, correct?
Correct.
A purchase from Mr. Crozier in February,
Correct.
correct? And a purchase from Mr. Crozier on March 9th, correct?
Correct.
And at that time, that was it. You said in these interviews, that's it. Those were the purchases I did for Ms. Richins, correct?
Correct.
All right. So that's what we're talking about right now. I know you've changed your story, and you're now saying there was another purchase, but we're talking about what you told them a year after these events. Is that, do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So, you meet with the U.S. Attorney's Office on May 10th of 2023, correct?
I'm not sure of the date, but
All right, well,
you get me confused on the dates, but
let me just show you. Maybe this will help. I'm in Hand the Witness, which Smart as Impeachment CL8, but I'm using it to refresh.
Understood.
Can I
All
see
right.
a copy on the screen?
Oh, I'm
Oh.
sorry. These are just the, they're the dates of all the interviews with, it's just the first page of each transcript. Oh, it doesn't have May 10th. Oh, it does. It's at the end. Oh, it's out of order. May 10th, May 12th, May 13th. I'm gonna put that in the right
True,
order.
but it doesn't say who the interview's with.
Transcription of interviews with Carmen. I'm just gonna get the dates straight. I just wanna
Right, we
get
know
the
Carmen's
dates.
at all the interviews. We don't know who is interviewing her by
I
the
don't
face of
even-
these transcripts.
It doesn't matter, right? I'm just asking her for the dates, because she can't remember any of the dates. All right, let me see what she
Counsel,
says.
would you pause for a
Let me
minute?
just see what she says, and then I'll clarify.
2 notes for the jury. one, I need a restroom break, so we're gonna take one. And two, I recognize that the temperature is trending toward meat locker at the moment. That is my fault. I asked them to cool it off. I didn't think we were gonna overshoot by this much. I'm working on it, I promise. Please rise for the jury.
I wondered why my toes were getting cold. Everybody's cold. My toes were getting
Ms. Lauber, please pause for a moment. Okay, we're gonna take a restroom break. Everybody can have a seat for a minute. We'll be in break until 10:20. Ms. Lauber, I have a thought here. Ms. Lauber, same rules. You cannot speak to anybody. If you need to use the restroom, that's fine. Otherwise, you gotta keep to yourself. You're allowed to stand next to Mr. Moffett, but you can't talk to him about your testimony, okay? Can you do that?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Bloodworth, Ms. Lewis, maybe we can talk in my office for a moment. Would that be all right?
Sure. It would, Your Honor. Can I ask for a little more than 10 minutes? I have something I need to attend to.
Oh, no problem. How
before
much time do you need?
Can we come back at 10? Well, I don't, how long am I going to be in your chambers?
You know, we can do that second if you want to attend to something first.
Can we do that, please?
Yes, sir. Nobody can start without me, so we'll just take the time it takes.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, when you're ready to have a brief conversation, please grab Ms. Lewis and come around.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, court's in recess. Thank you.
just want you to have,
Oh,
that's the interview we're gonna talk about.
okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You can look at the beginning. I'm not positive if it says at the beginning that you asked Detective Maynard to come see you, but maybe you can check that and see if it does say that. And if not, that's all right.
Yeah, it doesn't say that I
Okay.
asked to see him, they were already there.
All right, so either way, you talked to him on May 12th.
I have a Driscoll and a Maynard in both this.
You think they're both there on May 12th?
It says that they are.
Are you on the
Well,
you're-
I'm on page 2 or 1.
Of the May 12th, 2023.
Ms. Lauber, would you look at that blue tab and tell me what the date is on the blue tab?
Interview 5/3/23.
It's the wrong one. Would you go to the tab that has 5/12?
Oh, way back here. Okay.
Okay.
Now that might make sense now.
Okay, thank you.
Just wait for Ms. Lewis's question.
Okay.
All right, well, go ahead and look at the beginning again, and like I said, see if it indicates if you asked him to come see you. What page is that, Katie? Page 3. Line 18.
Okay, correct.
All right, so you asked Detective Maynard to come and visit with you that day.
Correct.
All right. And part of the reason you wanted to talk to him is you were very worried about being charged federally. Fair?
Actually, he was shocked that they were there.
What do you mean?
Because I told him I had just met with some feds, and he's like, "You did." So he was acting shocked that they were even there.
Okay. You still though were telling him you were worried about it,
I had told him I had a visit with him. Yes.
and that you were worried about what might happen because of that.
I don't recall what
All right.
that conversation was.
So look at page 7 and 8.
Seven and 8.
The bottom of 7.
Okay.
Oh, I can't see the top, Katie. Is this page 7? Okay.
This one says 8. This is I'm on
Ms.
7.
Lewis, I need you to ask a question.
I am. I'm trying to find the spot about the question. All right. So on page 8, you're talking with Detective Maynard again about getting it laid out for you. Correct?
On page 7 it says that.
Okay. And that's because up to this point, they'd been explaining to you what had happened, correct?
They were explaining more to me what happened. They've had the data from my cell and everything, correct?
All right, yeah, that's true. They did have your, not all of it though, because you'd lost some cell phones, correct?
No, I've had that cell phone forever.
Well, you told them you'd had a lot of cell phones, and some of the ones that you were using back in 2022 were broken, but they did have some cell phones,
They did have
right?
to, yes.
Okay. So initially, they were the ones that told you that Kouri asked for fentanyl, correct?
I don't recall. That's what they said to me.
Yesterday when you were testifying, we talked about this.
They told me Eric had passed away from fentanyl,
All
an
right.
overdose.
And we talked about that it was the detectives that possibly put the word fentanyl in your head. Do you recall that?
Correct, yes.
Because they are the ones that told you about the fentanyl, correct?
Correct.
All right. And in this interview, you're telling them you're worried because of all these possible charges that you might get, correct?
Correct.
And Detective Maynard says that the goal is to convict Kouri for aggravated murder. These parallel drug investigations, those aren't a priority. Do you recall that?
I don't recall.
Can you look at page 12 of that same interview? It's at the top.
Yes, correct.
So Detective Maynard told you the goal here is to convict Kouri of aggravated murder.
Objection, Your Honor, that's not what it says.
Yes, it is on the top of page 12.
The word here is not.
Are you looking at the right spot?
You added a word.
You added a word.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, Ms.
I'll read it
Lauber,
exactly.
The question is, does that refresh your recollection that Mr. Maynard stated the goal is to convict Kouri for an aggravated murder?
Correct.
You're right.
Is that
I
yes or
added
no?
Yeah, sorry.
I added the word here. So what was it Detective Maynard said to you? Why don't you go ahead and tell us?
It says the goal is to convict Kouri for an aggravated murder.
And then he said, the rest of that the next sentence?
Read the rest of what he said.
No. These parallel drug
Yes.
investigations?
Those aren't a priority.
Okay. So they're telling you they're not worried about what you're doing. Their goal is to convict Kouri of aggravated murder. Right?
Correct.
All right. And again, you're telling them it was just so much easier when they put the puzzle pieces together for you, correct? Do you remember that?
I don't recall.
Want to look at page 16?
16?
Mm-hmm. She at the top?
Yes.
Okay.
Line 3? Correct.
Yes. Does that, so now do you remember you talked about them putting the puzzle pieces together?
Correct.
All right. And didn't you also tell them that you were talking to your daughter, Kelsey, and that your daughter asked what was happening and you didn't even know. You didn't know what had happened, is what you told her.
I don't
Correct?
recall.
It's on that.
On a jail call or?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, let me rephrase that. That you were telling Detective Maynard that you had been talking to your daughter and you were like telling her, I don't even know what happened, correct?
I don't recall.
All right, let's look at page 16. Do you see that now?
At the very bottom, yes.
Okay. So you said your daughter had asked you what happened and you're like, I don't even know. Correct?
Your Honor, Foundation, I think at this point, counsel's using this portion of the transcript to refresh a witness's recollection. I think the next question should be, does this refresh your recollection?
She's still reading, so I wasn't quite sure, but are you done
Yeah,
reading that?
The objection is sustained, and
Okay.
also, we're having Cronin and article trouble here. I'm really not sure what this is about. If you can be just specific and
All right.
provide context in your question.
So this is while you're still talking about, laying the pieces together and all of that. And
You have to ask her if that's her memory.
do you remember that, well, we just talked about it. You remember that you had spoken with Detective Maynard about, putting the puzzle pieces together. That made it easier when they laid it out. We just talked about that a minute ago, right?
Correct.
And then you told him, look at line 16.
Ms. Lewis, I sincerely don't want to interrupt you. You have to ask her if she recalls. You cannot ask her
I
just
thought
to
she
read.
saed yes, she did recall.
Then there's no reason to go to.
Oh,
the
well,
transcript.
haven't asked her if she called the second part.
Then that's why
Okay.
you can't just read from it.
So, oh, yeah. So do you, I think I asked this, but let me ask it again. Do you recall telling your daughter, or not telling your daughter, do you recall telling Detective Maynard, yes, I talked to my daughter, she asked me what was going on, and I said, I don't even know, or something to that effect?
I don't recall that.
Okay, so if you look at line 16 through line 23,
Read me for the next question.
Okay. Okay.
all right. Do you remember now that you said that?
Correct, but I'm confused on what she's actually asking me.
What I'm asking you?
What we're talking about in this conversation. It doesn't say exactly what we're talking about.
Okay, so you just don't recall exactly what that was about.
Not
That's
the
fine. If you don't
conversation.
remember, that's
Yes.
fine.
Yeah, I don't recall what we were talking about. It just says
Okay,
I don't know what happened.
you just said,
It just says it doesn't specifically say exactly what we're talking about.
okay, that's fine. Well, we'll move on from that then.